This is what you need to know, this is what you must know. Women only correlate feelings of anxiousness with love. Her idea of love, her definition of love is fundamentally different than what you believe it is, fundamentally different than what you have been told it is, fundamentally different than the truth of how things actually are. Because of that, I have an entire marker board presentation for you today. This is going to be some of my best work, and this is what you have to understand is the guy who didn't want her, the guy who left her heartbroken, you will never be able to compete due to the fact that you want her and he didn't. Because of that, I'm going to show you exactly how this plays out in the real world, and I'm even going to give you certain strategies in order to make your dating life way easier. Hi everybody, Casey Zander here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you step by step why women correlate feelings of anxiousness with love towards a man. So you might be sitting here watching this video thinking, well, how does that make any sense? How does feelings of anxiousness correlate to love? Okay, I'm going to be showing you all this. I'm going to be breaking down all of this for you step by step. Some of these truths might be a little bit uncomfortable to internalize, but rest assured, once you're able to finally internalize some of these things, your dating life will get a lot easier. So let's dive in. Now, as you guys know, I've been helping other men learn, understand, and master the language of women, and one of the guys in my group literally screenshots one of the modules. And he goes, this one is a top contender. And then he goes, bro, you do not understand how much help and guidance you are giving me. I really appreciate you. This is why I do this almost every single day, making these videos. This is why I keep making these videos, because I know the impact that it is helping and having for a lot of guys when they copy paste that process into their dating life. I'm watching, I'm seeing exactly how much it's helping them. Because of that, I know that I can help you too. So after today's video is over, be sure to join us inside of that. All right, so this is why women correlate feelings of anxiousness with love. The first thing we have to address is this, okay? The man who breaks her heart or does not love her back is truly the only man that she will ever want or crave. The guy who leaves her heartbroken, or the guy who does not want her. This is something you have to understand and internalize. So call it what you wish, but women truly only love and lust after these types of guys. They only love and lust after players, other guys who you would call losers, other guys who you would call probably scumbags. Because of that, okay, these guys are demonstrating high SMV, okay, a high sexual market value. They demonstrate that they don't need commitment, because what they're truly demonstrating is, hey, I don't need to commit to you because I can attract other women at or above your current level of attractiveness, so what would I need to commit for? That feeling she gets because of him not committing creates a thrill. It creates like a narrative where she really wants to lock him down and get him into a relationship. And on top of that, what she's seeing is she goes, hey, he gets away with not committing. He's able to have other women continuously keep seeing him without committing. This guy must have a very high level of dating value. Okay? This specific man right here that she fell in love with created different emotions in her that were probably very negative. So when she's around him, the thrill is positive because she likes him so much, but that distance or that space when he's not there, it creates a lot of negative feelings and a lot of negative emotions. Some of the negative emotions she's probably feeling when she's around him is something like fear of loss, okay, FOMO, fear of missing out, okay? He maybe creates some type of feelings of anxiety, and on top of that, what you're really going to find is guys like this, he made her feel like she's not hot enough, okay? He made her feel like she's not hot enough. She'll constantly question her beauty. She'll look in the mirror and be like, am I hot enough for this guy? Why does he not want to commit to me? And then when he isn't with her, she maybe even feels abandoned. Okay, so this fear of loss tends to create a spike in anxiety, but because she has such a fun, positive experience when he's around her, she starts to fall in love with him. Okay, so what people call a healthy relationship between a man and a woman, like, oh, they love each other, there's mutual chemistry, they're in a healthy relationship. What people call a healthy relationship, majority of modern women will never be able to have this due to the fact that subconsciously, okay, you are now competing with every single man that she's been with in her life on an intimate level, and every man who has left her heartbroken. Well, because of that, you really have your work cut out for you, because if you want something stable and healthy, where it's this dynamic where it's like, hey, you love me and I love you and we're together, you're competing against all of those things and all of those experiences that happened in her past. So because of that, in the past, since there were these other guys in her life that had a completely different experience with her, you are constantly going to be compared, okay? So the guy who, number one, doesn't call her back, number two, doesn't text her back, number three, maybe even ignores her, okay, or worse, just stops seeing her altogether, okay, she forever thinks that he is better than you, all because you committed and he didn't. All because you committed and he didn't, she will forever feel, or she will probably, I should say, forever feel like he was the better option. Because in her mind she goes, well, he must be a better option because he didn't feel the need to commit to me, so there must have been a woman that he liked more. Okay, this is what she's going to think and this is what she's going to feel. So if you never trigger some type of like feelings of loss where she doesn't know if she can have you, she will never fully value you. So I'm going to give you like a luxury car example for this specific point. So here's what's going to happen. Let's say you get a brand new sports car, and let's say it's worth $1 million. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to see it sitting there in your garage on a daily basis. You know that you can have it all the time. And then what's going to happen is that 2 or 3 months will probably go by, and then it's not very thrilling anymore. Well, this is what happens when you make yourself constantly available. Okay, just like how the feeling of a brand new luxury sports car would probably wear off, when you are constantly available and you're constantly there, it's like even if you're a great option, after a few months it starts to get boring because you already know what this experience is like. Well, what does that mean? Okay, that means women correlate love or feelings of love oftentimes with negative emotions, okay, surrounding that guy or with that guy, okay? So this fantasy of him being not obtainable, I'm going to say that one more time, this fantasy or this narrative in her mind of him being not obtainable makes her want to keep sleeping with him. It makes her want to keep sleeping with him over and over, and she goes, I want him so bad, okay? What do I need to do to get him to fall in love with me? Okay, so she keeps coming back and she keeps really trying to lock him down and get that relationship, get that feeling of certainty out of him. Okay, so the high value man, let's say, or the guy that you think is high value, who's providing all this comfort and all this stability, and he's there for her all the time, and let's say he has a good, stable future and all these things, okay, he will never be able to compete with, let's say, the guy who was considered toxic or inconsistent in his behavior, or the guy who thought that he could do better. The stable guy is never going to be able to compete with the level of, emotions that other guy brought. So for women, okay, hypergamy is drawn to how their mind and how their emotions feel about a situation. If her mind and her emotions feel a specific way about a situation where she does not fully know if she can have you, she starts to fall more into love with that guy. So guess what? It is not what makes logical sense on paper. If you write down all the traits that you think somebody would want, okay, in a relationship on paper, and you write down things like loyalty, love, care, stability, a good future, always being there, being a good listener, being in touch with their emotions, okay? All of those things you would think would lead to good chemistry. However, in the real world, how things typically play out it is typically polar opposite. So if you give her the world and everything that you can possibly offer, if you try so hard to appease her and give her the world of everything that you could possibly offer, she's disappointed oftentimes that you thought that she was worth all of that effort in the first place. She's going to look at you and she's going to think, look at this guy give me all this effort. She's going to go, what makes me worth all that effort? Look how hard this guy's trying. If you give her everything that you got, what you're going to find is oftentimes she's disappointed that you thought that she was even worth all that effort in the first place. You will literally be treated worse for doing more. Keep that in mind. So I want you to never, ever, ever allow yourself to ever be emotionally conquered. When she feels like she has you, okay? If you've allowed this to happen, the love narrative for women, you have to understand this. It's very of the mind. It's a mindset for them. The word you could maybe even use for this is psychological, right? That's the love experience for her. You'll notice that it's oftentimes rooted in mystery, fantasy, even feelings of hopelessness, questioning if he will ever really love her. So you might be saying, well, I'm such a great catch. I make all this money. I'm such a great catch. I have all this real world skill. I'm such a great catch. I, am well liked by my friends and people seem to like me. Why doesn't that matter? And it's all because you're there and you're willing to be with her and you're willing to commit, and that willingness shows a lack of potential dating value. So these are all of the false beliefs, okay, of what love isn't in the eyes of a woman. I'm going to give you a list of all the false beliefs, okay, of what love isn't. Love isn't being there for each other. Love in the eyes of a woman isn't sticking by each other no matter what and being there for each other. Love isn't mutual care and being there for each other. She will only be loyal to her emotions. She's loyal to her emotions, and that's what she values most. You can trust one thing. You can trust that the most important thing that she'll be loyal to is she'll be loyal to serving her own emotions and what she wants. And once you start to realize that and you put two and two together, these things that you worry about don't matter, and you cannot sit and micromanage every little thing in your life that happens. I'll give you an example. When she's with you, it's because she felt like it. And then when she leaves or when she's not with you, it's because she doesn't feel like it. She doesn't feel like being with you. And that's really all it is it's a feeling. People in general only do things because they feel like it. Why did you choose that restaurant that you ate at last night? It's because you felt like it. Why did you choose that TV show to watch? It's because you felt like it. The reason why she's with you is because she feels like it. And the reason why she decided to leave you is because she felt like it. And that's just all there is to it. Women correlate feelings of anxiousness with love towards a man. Okay? If you like this video, I want you to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.